Hi guys, how is everybody? Inside today. It's chilly in the UK. How is everybody? It was my birthday yesterday. I shouldn't say that, but it was. Getting older, getting older. It's weird what's been happening with Mr. AD recently, isn't it? Very odd. What's all the video about, the music video Bad Guy? I don't know what he's on there, but I don't know what he's trying to say. And then last night there was a live about, oh God, was it? When you, oh, it's a big fly. When you can't hate debate, or when you hate debate, or something like that. And then it's just the most bizarre thing. I don't know what's happening quite with Alan Vinnicum, because all people have done is rumble him for scamming. No one hates him personally. No one knows him personally. He doesn't know anyone else personally. But what he's done is he's set up, and it was quite evident, you know, in his backdrop, his green screen, him and others. Two groups. You do or you don't. There is or there isn't. You're them or you're us. You're a hater or a lover. And it's complete rubbish. It's another way for Alan Vinnicum to control the narrative. There is no him and us. There is no group. There's no paid trolls. If there is, what a great job. But it doesn't exist. It's just another false narrative from Alan Vinnicum. There are just people, individuals that are calling him out on his lies. It's that simple. And instead of being an adult and actually addressing these issues, he says, I have hundreds and hundreds of letters from Chris Watts. That was a half Alan voice, half me. No one else has them. If anyone else tries to use them, there'll be a copyright strike. Right? So he has all these letters from Chris Watts, right, that he says he won't read on YouTube because of all the trolls. I don't know who they are. So it's only on Patreon, so you have to pay to get them read. Then I think he's read one or two in all this time, So he says he has hundreds and hundreds, 400, then he corrects himself, oh no, maybe it's 300. But he's guessing, then he says. He's not the only one who has these letters. Nobody knows if these letters are relevant. Nobody knows how anyone's got hold of them. Nobody knows anything. So Alan Vinnicum controls that narrative anyway, to the point he hasn't read them, because he probably doesn't have hundreds and hundreds. And if he does, they're probably just normal Chris Watts writing, whatever. He has no answers. It's all false promises. Look at the amount of times Alan Vinnicum says, believe me, I can prove it. I'm not doing anything until you believe me. I'm not doing it on YouTube, only on Patreon. I've got the proof. Only I know the proof. Only I have the answers. I've known it for months and months. I can't tell you. I won't be able to tell you. I will tell you. And then tumbleweeds, nothing. You know, breaking news, a friend of Chris Watts, I will get the inside information, and Shannon comes on and then slowly disappears away. So you'd think that one of the closest Chris Watts friends, there would be a continued sort of coming back to this person. No, she's disappeared into the wind. One theory about NK disappears into the wind. Oh no, he's got another one now. So it's not her coming out of the garage, disappear into the wind. But now he thinks this. And now he thinks it's the FBI's fault and the CBI, it was their fault. They didn't do a proper investigation. Gone in the wind. So now then he goes back to the McCanns. And then he goes back to Chris Watts again. And it seems to be a sort of timetable, because he goes to the Chris Watts at the end of the month and promises a new exclusives. And we all know what that's about, because then he wants his people to join for another month of Patreon. Then we go to somewhere else. Then we have a few videos of sort of self-pitying. Right, there's a couple of music videos per month, and then we go back to a self-pitying Alan Vinnicum. And then we do a video of him versus everyone else, and he sort of incites, this is the war, we are the army, there's a war against... Who? Nobody knows, because it doesn't exist. And when Alan Vinnicum says he never talks about other channels, he doesn't to you, but he gets other people to do it. He's openly admitted that he's destroyed hundreds of channels, but Alan Vinnicum lies So who knows what the truth is, and nobody really cares. But it's interesting, this timetable, isn't it? Going back from the McCanns to the Watts to another case, a little bit of filler here and there. And then back to the Watts letters again, or the next thing that he can grab hold of to make headline news, which isn't headline news. Anything else to reel his last supporters in, because they've all just scattered by the wayside. There is no him versus everyone else, only in his mind. There are people that don't agree with him. Have you ever seen him address any of that? Have you ever seen him answer one question of yours without him saying, well, you know, you can say that, but, you know, I know the truth, or delete you? Have you ever seen him address any of the issues anyone else seems to have with him? Never. And you never will, because this is a person scamming, who knows they're scamming and will not address any of the issues. He'll get people on to pretend to, but it'll all be scripted. It'll all be part of his narrative again. Alan Vinnicum knows this. So that's why he's bouncing off the walls, going from thing to thing to thing. There's absolutely no focus whatsoever. There isn't a belief whatsoever, because it's a lie. It's all rubbish. So it's very interesting to watch what's happening, and loads of people are jumping ship, and rightly so. By all means, watch his videos, by all means, have amusement. But this is a person who is feeding off your money, your hard-earned money, money that you could be using for anything else. And it might be $5, it might be $10, it might be $1, but that is a lot to him, because it's all adding up. Do you really want to give your money to that? Ask yourself, write down, what answers have you ever got from Alan Vinnicum about anything? And bear in mind, don't do the shadows, because the shadows is something that Alan Vinnicum didn't discover and is just riding on that coattails. You can find it all over YouTube, you can find it anywhere that it wasn't him who discovered the shadows. So let's let that go. He also wasn't mentioned on CNN, so let that go. Everything he says, take it with a pinch of salt, but please keep your purses closed, because this is not a person who is worth your money, people. That flies back. It's a sign. Yes, so what I find interesting is the stories that he tells. It's fascinating. And then the self-pitying, again, which is designed to reel you back in. It's manipulation to then go, oh, yeah, maybe he is right. Maybe he is legit. He does have feelings, and he talks about depression and It's all part of it. It's all part of pulling you, trying to get your interest, trying to get your feelings, your emotions, then back to another case, and to pay money. Please, guys, keep your purse closed to him. Give your money to a worthy cause, and just watch him for amusement if you want to. Have a great day, guys. Let me know how you are in the comments below, because I love to hear from all my subscribers. And for me, it's not about money and it's not about amounts. It's just about having subscribers and opening the debate, because it can be open. Talking, communicating, reality, right? Have a great day, guys.